Hi, Collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hey, you guys, welcome back into the channel. So, guys, this is Shadow Work Part 2. Welcome back. So, if you guys missed Shadow Work Part 1, make sure to go back onto the channel, check that out, make sure you're subscribed, and hit all so you don't miss any of the other messages. But that was a very good message. So let's tap into Shadow Work Part 2. This is our threads spread. I will also give you guys strengths and abilities to deal with those soul lessons, finding closure and healing. I will also pull cards from your higher self oracle to get you guys some advice from your higher self. And then I will also get you guys an oracle from Wisdom of the Shadow that we will talk about. Kind of the most important shadow work, the most influential shadow work that maybe you're dealing with at this time. And then, of course, I will get you your angel number at the end. All right, let's tap in. Welcome back, followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. You guys rock. You guys are incredible, amazing individuals. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to assist you with your shadow without judgment and with so much love. Hopefully, I'm able to give you guys a different perspective, give you some wisdom that might help you deal with something you are going through at this point in life, because I think that's kind of what the purpose of this 3D life is, for us to work through trials and tribulations, grow, heal, and evolve to become a better version of ourselves. Welcome in any new incoming followers and subscribers. I'm so glad that you found the Soul Tribe. Hopefully, you find the messages useful and purposeful. And welcome in. All right, you guys. So, the first one out is face control issues. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust in the flow. Yeah, I feel like control issues stem from definitely the ego, definitely feelings of entitlement. Control issues are people who feel the need to manipulate people and situations to benefit them because there is a level of insecurity within them. But what people don't understand is that when you try to control a situation and not let it flow naturally, it creates chaos because it's being controlled, and eventually you won't be able to control every aspect of a situation. So it causes more destruction than harmony. Love without self abandonment. Real love doesn't ask you to disappear, it doesn't ask you to change who you are, your skin color, your religion, your spirituality, how tall you are, how short you are, how skinny you are, how heavy you are in weight. It doesn't ask you to disappear and change anything about you. Stay present. Be who you are in your true authenticity. Stay whole and still be loved, because everybody loves somebody. Not everybody has the same attractiveness towards others. People have different preferences. Yes, there are some people who live with a closed mind. There's a lot of, people in certain religions that feel they shouldn't step outside of their particular religion or culture or race when it comes to romance and love, but love does not judge. I'm pretty sure that God, the Most High, did not judge. He did not care what you look like. If you had one eye, one leg, if you were tall, short, skinny, heavier set, what language you spoke. So why is it that in our human form we feel the need to judge, or we feel that there should be a level of control in who we love or what people look like to decide if they should be loved? No one should ever have to abandon who they are as a person in order to try to find love, because if you do that, that means that you are being loved based on false pretenses that somebody else controls. You are not living in your true authenticity by abandoning who you are as a person for another. It also means that your relationship is already starting based on false information. Release suppressed emotions. A lot of you guys have been in these situations for a very long time and you have suppressed your feelings about it. You have allowed yourself to be treated in ways that you didn't deserve because you were trying to conform. You're trying to survive, maybe by being someone that you're not in order to stay a part of another family, a group. There's a lot of repressed emotions here that needs to be released, and most of these emotions are very dreary, sad, negative emotions. Let the feelings you're burying rise without shame. Cry, scream, breathe. Freedom begins where expression flows. So, when you are able to truly express yourself in your true authenticity, you will find a level of freedom that you cannot find when you are suppressed, when you are confined, when you are trapped. And once you are able to release these suppressed emotions, you will start to align with your higher path, because the more you align with your soul's truth, the less resistance you'll face. Flow with purpose, not pressure. See, when this bottle had its cap on the top of it here, there was pressure built up. These were your deep down emotions that you suppress within self, that you don't talk out loud, that you think about every day, that make you feel angry, make you feel resentful, vengeful. Suppressed emotions turn into negative emotions, not ever positive emotions. In order to feel positivity, you need to be able to express how it is you're feeling. Release the tension, release the pressure, because flow with purpose, not pressure. Mhm. And embrace soul transformation. So, this is a process, maybe once, where you felt you had to be in control of yourself externally, meaning you had to create a fake facade of a physical appearance or characteristic in order to not be abandoned in love, even though that meant you were abandoning yourself in love, because you were not truly being your authentic self in a position of being cared for. You are being cared for based on the projection that someone else has placed on you that seemingly is more important than your authentic self. And so now you have repressed emotions that you have not let out, creating these negative emotions within. So even though you smile on the outside, this is how you feel on the inside. It's time, in order to align with your higher self, to release those suppressed emotions so that you are aligned with your soul's actual truth. You are not resisting who you are. You are now truly stepping into your authenticity, which is your higher self, so that now you can flow with purpose, not pressure. You can embrace soul transformation, because transformation isn't easy, but it is necessary. It's time to embrace the changes that lead you to your higher self. Your higher self is ready to connect with you, to communicate with you, to help you on your soul's path, your purpose, your journey. But they cannot communicate with you if you are not standing in your true authenticity. They don't know the person that you are pretending to be. So 3 came out, connected. So they are connected. Forgive yourself. Kindness creates change. Sit with the wound. It is time for you to forgive yourself and start to be kinder to yourself. Show yourself compassion. In order to go through this transformation, you will need to sit with the wound, Not everything needs to be fixed right away. Some healing begins when you're willing to stay with what hurts. So, again, confirmation with not letting the suppressed emotions stay within. Sometimes it's time to sit with what hurts, feel through those emotions, process those emotions. As you are processing those emotions, make sure that you are kind to yourself. Every act of kindness shifts something somewhere. Be the reason you feel hope again. And also spread that kindness to others, because it is so easy to feel negatively when you have suppressed your own feelings. Usually people project their negative emotions onto others. They try to make others feel bad because they are not happy with self, with their own situations. It's time for you to forgive yourself. Forgiveness isn't for others, it is for you. Free yourself from guilt and shame. Definitely check out Shadow Work Part 1, where we touch on guilt and shame. But it is truly time to sit with your wounds of self abandonment. You are abandoning your authentic self for connections with others who you feel would not appreciate or love you as your authentic self. So that means that there's really not love involved here in the situation, only control and manipulation. Survival. Obviously, you feel that is a situation that your authentic self is not able to be loved by another. But that means that you are assuming that you know what everyone else in this world filled with 8 billion people, what everyone else likes, needs, desires. Because I guarantee you, in a world this big, there is a group of people who want someone just like you in your true authenticity. My ear is ringing. This is definitely for someone who doesn't see themselves when they look in the mirror as somebody beautiful and amazing, made in God's creation for a purpose, with a unique gift and ability that needs to be shared with the world. And it is because possibly you were judged by external factors that made you feel like you needed to question who you were. Who made you feel like you needed to conform to what society says is acceptable when it comes to beauty. But what does society know if they don't know you? God knows you. The Most High created you to be exactly who you are in your true authenticity for a purpose. But the only way to connect with higher self and to understand that purpose is to heal, sit with what hurts, stop abandoning yourself when it comes to love, and start to appreciate who you are first and foremost before you expect someone else to truly love you in the way you deserve. Real love doesn't ask you to disappear. It asks you to be present. It asks you to be whole. And you're still loved. What's your advice? What's the advice needed? Strength. Yes, you need strength. Courage. You're stronger than you realize, collective. Though the times may be tough, remember that you have the courage and resilience to get through it. Your inner strength will help you overcome all obstacles. You are strong in your own right. You just have to see it. Yeah, somebody is in a connection here where they do not feel they are their true authentic self. There's a lot of repressed emotions with how this fell. There are a lot of inner wounds in this connection that you have not addressed, dealt with, that needs to be addressed, released. Yeah, confirmation. Definitely a commitment here. A commitment here where there are individuals who are in connections and they don't feel fulfilled, they don't feel whole, they feel like they are playing a role constantly on a daily basis, day in and day out. Repressed emotions are building up, about to burst, boil, overflow. because they have not been released in so long, because maybe you fear releasing them out of judgment, out of abandonment. But you have already self abandoned if you are not showing up as who you truly are in this connection. Your heart has already been suppressed. Your heart knows the way, it knows the answer, it knows the truth. And if you're overthinking a situation possibly where you need to maybe trust the wisdom of your heart, because it's going to lead you to the most authentic decision to make here. You have been seeing signs and synchronicities already for guidance. Yes, your value indication has been questioned. Your inner value is greater than you realize, but people have made you question that, because perhaps you've been questioning your worth because of the projections, the judgment. Focus on affirming your unique qualities daily, and you'll become more confident to your inner value. You are valuable, but again, if we allow external factors to make us question our own value, again, how do they know our value? They are not your inner self. They are not your soul. They are not your higher self. They are just somebody with an opinion, and how much weight that person's opinions holds is dependent on how you decide to value it. It's time for a renewal. The barrier maze. Confusion may feel overwhelming, but remember that every maze has an exit. You might be struggling with difficult problems, but shifting your perspective could reveal the solution. Like I said, you may be in a situation where you would want a renewal, or you want to let go of a love situation that you find yourself in. It is time to be open with your emotions. Let me get you some advice from your higher self as well. What's the advice from your higher self at this time that you need to help you through dealing with these soul lessons, finding closure, healing these wounds? Yeah, sometimes the best things are created from chaos. So don't be so worried about the outcome. Sometimes you just need to express yourself and handle the situation that comes after once you've released what you need to. When you start, the path appears. So take a step in any direction. It's time to start this renewal. Like I said, you're ready to renew your path, find your love for yourself. When you seek, what you seek is seeking you. When you rest, it will find you. So no need to overthink this. Your heart knows already what to do. Just need to listen to it. You'll find the right moment. Answers appear when you release the question. Couple more from the higher self. Oh, a lot of want to jump. A lot of energy. Be the brave and authentic soul you were always destined to be. Confirmation. It's time to show who you are authentically, collective, and stop being afraid of that. One more. One more. Look for the signs that will guide you to the destiny you have known all along. I told you there are signs and synchronicities you're already seeing. You're already getting them. It's just time to follow the path. And once you start to let your true colors show, your authentic colors, your tribe will know how to find you. The right connections will begin to appear. The answers will appear when you release the question, where do you really belong? Who are you really deep down? Once you release the question, the answers will show up. Okay. All right. Let's see. What's the most important wisdom of the shadow that is going to be important for you at this time for the collective. The most important shadow oracle. Okay. 2, grief and disillusion. Yes, it might be painful to have to let go of a situation that you are in, but to me, the question is more, will it be more painful than what you experience now? Will it be more painful than it has been to repress the emotions that you really feel that's been buried for so long? Some of you, at least 5 to 10 years, some of you, double decades. Will the grief be more painful to walk away from having to pretend? Because maybe what you're grieving is not really the situation. It is grieving you. It is grieving you not loving yourself authentically, not allowing yourself to be authentic. Maybe these will be tears of joy, possibly sorrow, but more grief because you are burying this false persona, grieving the loss of time, not walking in your true authenticity. So when I see this grief, I feel this is you working through letting go of the old version of yourself, accepting that you've worked so hard to be somebody that you are not. That can definitely cause grief, because once you actually decide to stand up for self, stand your ground, live in your truth, there will be a loss, and that loss will be that old version of you. And with disillusion, you're going to allow the layers of falsehood and attachment to dissolve. This will be a grieving process. This will be a dissolution of old ideas, parts of yourself, layers of your being that are no longer serving you. You will release control, loosen the grip on trying to hold on to this version of you that doesn't feel good on the inside, but maybe to the outside world looks pretty damn good, but deep down is in turmoil, pain, sorrow, regret, shame, guilt. So it is time to dissolve those parts of self and grieve the loss of the old version of you. All right. What's the most important angel number message for your final advice for the collective? It's time to grieve the old version of you, to let go of control of holding on to a false sense of self. Time for a death and rebirth. It's the most important angel number message for the collective at this time. It's the most important angel number message for the collective. Some of you guys are getting a lot of synchronicities. So my message to you right now is just confirmation. The universe has been trying to contact you and talk to you about this. Limitless love is waiting for you at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming. Once you grieve this old version of self and find disillusion and let go of the parts of you that are no longer serving your highest good, limitless love is possible. Synchronicities, look for signs. Things that keep happening are connected, even if they don't seem to be. The recent patterns in your life are signals from your angels. Today, ask for follow-up signs and remember that angels speak with lots of repetition. Draw a second card and see what your angels have to say after you've spent some time paying more conscious attention. Oh, okay. Well, let's pick another card. I'm just going to split the deck here. Oh, have faith. Angel number 400. Your angels hear you and help incoming. This has been a big message from the angels to a lot of the collective that I've been getting and multiple messages on my channel. Help incoming, especially my divine masculines. It's all coming together very soon. Have faith. Your angels hear you. Your angels have heard your prayers and felt your struggles. They stay with you and remind you that everything has a purpose, even though you may not understand it right now. Remember that you are never alone. Do a full body stretch now and ask your guides to send you love, peace, and signs. Synchronicities. They have been sending you synchronicities. Trust what you see and feel when you wholeheartedly ask for these messages. So some of you guys have been already asking for this deep within your heart, maybe not verbally, but the universe has felt your need, your sign to know when it's time to take action, when it's time to move forward. Maybe again, this is just your confirmation then. Because we have synchronicities that already came out. This is also part of your angel number, and have faith in the signs that you've been seeing. So this is your confirmation. It's time to grieve that old version of self and let go of the parts of you that no longer serve you. All right, collective. Well, that concludes our shadow work part 2 and shadow work for this week. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for joining me. If you also joined me in part 1 as well, I pray that the messages have been useful, purposeful, gave you some food for thought. I pray that they help you along your journey with your healing, with your self-confidence, finding closure and courage, allowing you to follow your heart. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye.